Greetings folks, and I hope you are free of suckheads wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure preview. So, we're getting a lot of unlicensed figure drops, it seems. They seem to be coming along at a rate of knots, and literally a matter, I think it was anyway, a matter of minutes, maybe hours ago, Soosoo Toys dropped this on us, and it is another version of Blade, aka Wesley Snipes, but this time from the 1998 movie that started it all, the original Blade, directed by Stephen Norrington. And I've got to say, I'm super excited for this one. Soosoo Toys gave us their Blade Trinity figure earlier in the year. There's a full review for that up on the channel. It's sat next to me here, and I think it is an incredible figure. Really amazing figure, but even more so that it's come from a third party, and the budget that it was made to and the price it cost just belie how good a figure it actually is. And I'm a huge fan of Blade, as regulars to the channel will know. Loved the first movie, thought the second movie was an absolute classic, most certainly the best of the trilogy, probably because it's directed by Guillermo del Toro. The third one dropped off a little bit of a cliff, but it's still good fun anyway. And yeah, just a massive fan of Blade, the character, and of Wesley Snipes' performance. So the fact that Soosoo Toys have jumped in with an original Blade figure is probably not surprising to anybody, but yeah, before we dive in and take a look at the photos, and I've got to say, not a huge amount of photos have been dropped here, or at least the ones I've got, there isn't a vast amount of. There may be more out there. I'm working from the ones that I could track down when this was announced very literally moments ago, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, there may be more photos out there if you're wanting to seek them out. But before I have a look at those photos, I would like to send the usual enormous shout out to everybody who's supported the channel. And please drop a like and hype on this video, as it helps other people find Go Figure. And if you haven't already, be sure to mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon, so you're not missing any of the 1/6 scale reviews, previews, tours, showcases, and all that other great 1/6 scale stuff. So without further ado of my ramblings, let's dive in and have a look. And I am incredibly impressed straight away, but I'm not surprised, if that makes sense, because the quality of this guy was that good, and it really is an amazing figure, this one. I can't stress it enough, if you're a Blade fan, how good this figure actually is. So a lot of this doesn't come as news to me, but still, I am super impressed with what we're seeing here. Love the photography here that Soosoo Toys have done. The backdrops look amazing. They've lit the figure incredibly well. Obviously, unlicensed figure. It's called Vampire Hunter, and they're calling it 2.0 for some odd reason here. Now, as far as I know, the Blade Trinity figure that they gave us was their first foray into Blade figures. Could be getting that wrong. Correct me in the comment section below if I am. So I'm not quite sure why they're calling this a 2.0, because I don't think they've ever done an original Blade figure, but I don't care. It looks amazing, as this photograph suggests. Usual suspects. I'm not going to go into scale, proportions, screen accuracy and so on, because as you can see, they are absolutely nailed on, as they are with this guy next to me. Now, let's start with the stuff that separated really Soosoo Toys out with their Blade figure, and that was what all collectors, I think, have been waiting for an eternity, was a Blade figure using real leather. Now, I cannot sing the virtues of this coat that you see next to me here on the Trinity figure. It's wired, the stitch work is impeccable, the leather is amazing, love the lining, and it's even wired, so it's posable as well. And I'm going to assume that they're using exactly the same thing here, particularly due to the fact that it's flowing off in the background. Overall, that just looks stunning to me. Looks absolutely nailed on. Probably one of the first things that popped into my mind is obviously the outfit, the costume, whatever you want to call it, changed from movie to movie throughout the trilogy. In the first film, he had leather pants. Now, will these be leather? Fingers crossed. I really hope so. On the Trinity figure, obviously, he had material pants, and that's reflected here. So will Soosoo Toys go with real leather? I've got a feeling, I've got a good feeling that they will do. I can't see why they won't. Yeah, it may add a little bit extra to the price, but why give us a leather overcoat and not leather pants? Couldn't get my hands on a promotional blurb for this. Normally there's something floating around out there, but at the time of shooting this video, there wasn't. I couldn't find a promotional blurb, so I can't confirm 100% that these pants will be leather. But yeah, I'm going to say I'm pretty certain they will be, and it just looks amazing. The variant vest there, the first vest that we saw for Blade, looking very good with the sort of the chest plates and then the strapping across the abdomen section there. Those silver buckles, which is a variant from here, looking very, very nice. And once again, stitch work on that coat looked great. Not really getting close up on that head sculpt, but I'm sure we'll get a little bit closer as we move through these photos. Let's move on to the next. Yeah, it sort of speaks for itself. I think those collectors out there who picked up this figure will know the kind of quality we're looking at here. Let's talk posability. The posability on this figure is absolutely excellent. The body on my version anyway, is great, and I have come across high-end license figure companies that haven't given us as good a body as this. You combine that with leather and not a man-made material, then posing is not a problem. So if you're wanting to go for those dynamic poses, which this figure really begs for, it's not an issue. You're not going to end up with a pile of dust that was a pair of pants and an overcoat after 6 months. Loving this shot here, captures the essence of Blade. It's moody and it looks wonderful. Probably worth mentioning as well here, the sword, the eponymous Blade. Now on the Trinity figure we've got here, it's metal. Yes, you heard that right. This is a third party using metal and leather in a figure. I love it. I think it's just fantastic to see third-party companies getting into the ring with the big boys. But yeah, I'm going to assume then that the Blade that we've got here is exactly the same as this one and is made out of metal with plastic hilt. That chest plate we've talked about, the leather pants with the strapping, looks great. We're getting closer to that head sculpt here, and that sort of begs the question, are they reusing this head sculpt? Now, there wasn't a huge time difference between all three of the films, so personally I don't think Wesley Snipes aged that much. Will it be a new head sculpt, or will it be a reworking of this one or a reusing of this one? I suppose time will tell. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, that's what I say, and this is a phenomenal head sculpt in my opinion. The skin tones, the skin textures, it's 100% Wesley Snipes, unmistakable. The sculpt is great, even down to the inking on the neck, which looks phenomenal, and that hair as well, all look brilliant, and it looks exactly the same here. So pretty much faultless. As far as I'm concerned anyway. There was a variation in the glasses, in the dark glasses from movie to movie, and I'm going to lean in here. Yeah, these look a little bit more in keeping. Then I'm going to lean over here. Yeah, these are more rounded. These are a little bit squarer, and that once again is screen accurate as far as I can tell. Overall impression on this, for me at least anyway, is yeah, I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. And as regulars to the channel will know, I'm not a massive one for repeating figures in the collection. I will upgrade, obviously, if it's a character that's close to my heart and a high-end company steps in with an updated model, which is obviously clearly superior, then I will get involved. But very rarely will I get 3 or 4 variants of the same character. This one I will make an exception for because I love Blade so much. And there's already a couple in the collection. I can see this one most certainly wending its way to me, and obviously a review will go up as soon as it lands, but not sure what the release date on this is either. As I say, no promotional blurb, bit odd there. Let's take a look at the next shot. Each shot just, I've got to say, these figures are so photogenic. And this is the first thing I noticed when I was doing the review of the Trinity figure. Doesn't matter where you put the camera, you could light it with your eyes shut and it always gives you a good look. And yeah, that's captured beautifully here. Once again, you've got that articulation going on that we've spoken about, and with the leather overcoat it's not going to be an issue. Gloved hands here, I'm going to assume we get multiple swap out hands. Sculpting on those black leather gloves, or at least the plastic to look like black leather, looks as good as this one. And overall, yeah, it's just a thumbs up, this one. It really is. On to the next. It's the gift that keeps giving. Loving the red lighting on this one. We're seeing the details on that chest plate, which looks impeccable. And yeah, once again, super impressed. Super impressed. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. Will you be picking it up? I'll be fascinated to hear. And this shot here. Now let's talk weaponry. Now, variation in the handgun here. In the original movie, it was black. It was actually a different type of gun, I think, and this one on the Trinity figure is silver. But yeah, the original gun was black, and I think they've done a great job here. I think we're going to have to assume sculpted plastic, as always. Paint applications look great, detailing looks great as well. On to the next. We're also getting the stake firing shotgun, which he's got over his shoulder there, and that looks great as well. Silver stakes in the end there, and overall sculpting and paint applications look exemplary. And once again, I love the flow of this coat. Buckles on there, the belt around the waist of the coat itself, all looks spot on. I'm going to lean in here. Now, those pants might look like a slightly different material there. This could be the lighting, could be me. They look like they've got more of a nylon quality there. So yeah, are we leather, are we not? I suppose only time will tell on that one, but super impressive shot there again. We've got a waist up shot here. We've got him holding the gun. This is probably the closest I think we're going to get to this head sculpt. Now, I'm going to do a quick check on this guy here. Now, yeah, looking very similar. There's probably certain aspects here in the Trinity that we're not seeing here, and I'll see if I can spot this, which is where the moustache. Obviously, he's got the pencil moustache, which droops down into the goatee there. Is that there? Isn't that there? Difficult to tell in this light. So yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment on whether this is a reused head sculpt, but I still think it looks amazing, as does all the detailing. On to the next, clutching the stake firing shotgun, and the detail on that looks great as well. Paint applications look good. It looks like there might even be a bit of weathering on there as well. Stowing the sword on the back, as with all blade figures. I'm going to assume that they've gone that route, obviously, where you have to have a hole in the back because the blade, or at least the scabbard, was concealed underneath the coat, but so there was a hole at the top of the overcoat where the sword came out. So I'm going to assume that that's how it's going to be stowed on the back there. Be interesting to see how it attaches to the figure. Is it magnetic? Probably not, but yeah, it still looks great, and it's got just the right amount protruding there behind his head. And finally, the all shot. So what are we getting? Well, we are getting, obviously we've seen this shot on the left before, earlier on. Obviously the blade itself, which fingers crossed it's going to be metal. Scabbard for the blade. You're getting the shotgun with the silver detailing on the handle there. A couple of stakes for that. Then you're getting the handgun itself, we've already talked about, and what looks like 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it looks like we're getting 2, 4, 6, 8 hands. 4 sets of swap out hands as well, which is nice to see. So a variety there, I'm going to assume, for gripping that sword, gripping the guns, and overall impact for me, yeah, is very, very positive indeed. As I mentioned there, I think this is going to be a no-brainer for Mr. Go Figure. Can see this one, it's going to be an instant PO. Got a lot of time for Soosoo Toys and what they're doing with the blade line. I can't thank them for enough. So there you have it, folks. That is that's this preview of Wesley Snipes as Blade from the original Blade movie. What are your thoughts on this particular figure? Is it something you're going to be picking up? Are you a Blade fan? Are you a Wesley Snipes fan? Are you a Marvel fan? Nothing is off menu. Please drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd be fascinated to hear your take on this. What else have we got coming up on the channel? Well, in the not too distant future, as I keep mentioning in just about every video, we've got a tour video coming up of all this stuff here, up there, over there, around the back there. It is in its final edit. It is almost there. And it'll be going up on the channel in the next few days, fingers crossed. Obviously, we've got plenty more previews. We've also got plenty more reviews of stuff from figures from Hot Toys, In Art, Soosoo Toys, Present Toys, Caustic Plastic, Exo, 6, Iconic Studios, the list goes on. So as I mentioned at the top there, be sure to mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing anything. And I suppose all it remains for me to say is from myself, from Wesley Snipes as Blade, I hope this preview's been useful for you and you've enjoyed it. And until next time on the channel, take care of yourselves and happy collecting.